we have one that's not even 2 minutes ago that just hit at 21.52 profit, BST. Let's go check it out, reset the chart. Wrong. There we go. Take a look. Now, so that was we had a 1 DCA in that. You can tell by the chart. And clean these off. I'm going to send this over to Twitter for our followers over there. File. Come on. Chart image. I don't know if that's too high or what. Anyways. BST. Save that. I'm going to shoot that over to Twitter. Sold BST. Slow day, slow week. Still pulling in the shekels, as a lot of people like to call them. But that's the whole idea. So that was a 4.6% profit. Well, it varies, of course, the actual size of your profit based on the size of your portfolio. I look around here and see what else is going on. I thought there was another one that was just kind of hanging out. Maybe it was EOI. And we sold EOI on this one. And I think it was sitting on this one. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's like within a penny or 2 pennies. Got up within a penny. And we're not going to sit there and watch it just like we did this morning. No reason to. You go down through and see what else is moving. So we'll go over and pop up in here. Change this to 52.16. That's on the day. So you can see, like I was talking about this morning, how our charts, cumulative profit on our trading is starting to overtake our dividend accumulation, and we haven't had any dividends paid for the last 2 days. We've had ex-dividend dates, but we'll just get this ready for tomorrow, and we don't know until the morning. We can go in and figure it out, but why bother? I mean, it's going to pay regardless, right? You got to know where to spend your time. So we had EOI, ETB, and BST. All three of those, funny enough, are CEFs. You know, they tend to pay a little bit more because you're buying a few more shares than you would on something that's a little bit more expensive. But it's always nice to see those do their thing. And this was bought yesterday, and we'll see it's backing off. I remember that one. Got a lot of good movement in here, but EGP, well, that's a quarterly pair. The whole idea is do not overextend yourself in any one position. So we got, here's some others. These are CEFs. You can tell they're monthly pairs, right? Look down at the bottom. And we look over here, PDI, another one. Seems like there's a lot of money coming in. I would tell you, my opinion is the institutions are throwing their money into these. This is not individual investors when you start seeing a movement like that. Could be wrong. Don't know. That's just I've watched them for years. They tend to go cyclical. So SO. Yep. So we had what, 14 positions that will be paying dividends today, or actually go ex-dividend. Their pay dates, we'll go over this too if anybody's new. Your ex-dividend date is not the date that you actually get paid. If we look at this one in particular, EVV, today's the 9th, obviously that's the ex-dividend date. They're going to record this transaction on the 12th. They will not credit your account until the 19th. Okay? Well, that's when you'll actually get paid. It'll actually be in your accumulated dividends. Some platforms will show you that. Interactive Brokers breaks it down like as far as you want to go. So on the 19th, if you wanted to break it out, you could look and say, okay, on the 19th, which is what, 10 days from now, this one will actually pay and go into your cash account. Otherwise, it's just sitting in a suspense account. Somebody's making interest off of it, but that's just the way they go about paying. You know, and we go up here and look at this one. This one, the payment date's the 30th. It records on the 12th. Obviously, it's April 9th today. Let's see what this one is up here. This one pays on May 3rd, so you got to wait almost a month to get your cash into your account. Like I say, they're all different, but it's if you can get paid almost every day. So we look back over here, and we're like, let's go back to last month, and you can see almost every day except the 6th, the 17th, the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and the 26th, we didn't get a dividend payment. So that's what we're after for our accounts. We're trying to get them to a point that we can continually get money coming in. I'm breaking this down because if you don't, you won't understand how it works, and you're just looking at your account and you're thinking, I'm not making money fast enough. Well, if you break it down, it's coming in faster than you think. This is a really small account. Obviously, you know, put a 0, remove the decimal place 1, multiply this account by 10, and you get the idea. So as you grow your account, it's going to be more. So if you had 10 times this amount of money in your account, or let's say over 100,000 times 10, you'd be at around 900,000. You'd be making this number here, but it would be 6,000. It's a simple exercise in mathematics and scale. If you don't believe it works, just watch it. Now, if you try to play like a big dog, you're going to get slapped down because you don't have 900,000. You try to start to trade like somebody with 900,000, it ain't going to work. You're putting too much risk in each trade. This way we have very little risk in each trade, but we still make dividends. We can be wrong, and we don't have to sell. We don't have to sell at a loss. That's the beauty of this system. So PCI. Yeah. And then what is Bitcoin doing? I'm going to take a look over here. Yeah, it's floating around the 57.8K. Ethereum 2064. The only 4 I watch is those two. Litecoin. I trade these, but not on. I just trade them in the Coinbase. Been doing it for years. So I was lucky. I would say I'm just lucky. I wasn't smart. I was lucky enough to get in at the lower levels, down below 1,000. So I've done okay. But Litecoin, it's 223. Bitcoin Cash 629. And I do trade these. It usually takes about 2 weeks to make any profit off of these because the amount of motion or movement. Don't get caught up in those. They're just something to watch. If you want to do it small. You can go at 8 decimal places, which is nice. You don't have to buy full coins. That's what I do with Bitcoin. I still have a bunch just in an electronic wallet. Keep it off the radar. But yeah, now once you understand that scale is the answer, you'll be a much better trader, and you're going to find that the amount of money you make is consistent, and you don't have to have a lot of money. And look, I mean, we don't even have these accounts fully vested, right? We're looking here. This account's showing cost basis of 19,447, and we still have 11,366, right? Now you add all these up, and there's probably about 120,000, but yet we're still pulling these kind of numbers out of the market, but we're not fully vested. And you don't want to be fully vested. You want to be able to trade. If you throw all this money in at the same time, you're hoping it goes up, right? Our system allows you to scale in and take profits. Sometimes I'm looking at it like, shit, man, we don't have any money in here. Are we still making money? You know, and then all the other accounts that I manage, I can't show everybody everything for obvious reasons. I mean, time factor for one. Secondly, some of it's confidential. It's not mine. But I made these smaller accounts so that people could see the differences and the different levels. You know, if somebody had $1 million account, all you have to do, we're doing the exact same thing. It's just it's a scale difference. See, this is a 50-50. It's kind of weird how one has already activated. Somebody grabbed it. Where's that one at? Let's go back over here and see. Is it this one? Maybe it's this one. Yeah. So it sold at 1736. That's why I thought it sold at 1740. My bad. So yeah, it was a 4-cent difference. We just had better pricing on that particular one. A 4-cent difference. And you sit there, man, you're worried about pennies. And I was like, yeah, that's what pays the bills, man. I like scale. I like to work with small numbers to make big numbers. I don't take big numbers and lose small numbers trying to make big numbers. When you have the larger accounts, okay, when you get up into the 300,000-400,000 mark, it's just a scale difference. Instead of going 10% of your max shares, you're going 4% or 5% or 40 or 50% of your max shares. If you follow along at all, you'll see on a lot of these charts, see there's 21. That's max shares for this account. So 10% is 2. Might not seem like a lot, but if you have a small account, you're protecting yourself. You can stay in this trade forever, and you collect dividends the whole time. You'll notice that there might be 1 or 2 in here that don't pay dividends anymore. Well, this one still does. It's not much. I mean, you're talking 4 cents a year. Yeah, it's like whatever. You know, you're not going to make anything off of that. But that's one. But we never sell it because you never know if it comes back or not. It's just sitting in the account. You're not losing any money by selling it. You've already committed that money. Leave it there. PHT. Eventually it'll come off. You know, if you just don't like looking at it, you're going to take a loss. You know, try to impress your friends or something. I don't know. See all the winners I got? We don't care about the winners. This happen. That's all we have is winners. We don't have any losers. By proof, 307 days. You can have the exact same thing. Just follow the rules. You follow the rules. We'll have an ebook out probably within the next 6 weeks. I'm guessing. It's all, well, they're working on it, and it just takes time. They don't get in any big rush. But you'll be able to understand exactly how everything works. Maybe by the time that comes out, the market will have corrected, and we can actually get more money into the market, working even faster for us. Right now, we're working on about 12% per year. That can vary anywhere from 10 to 25%. It adds up quick, and you have to be, if you understand this, these accounts will grow faster than you know. It's just paying attention. Right now, everything's kind of, this is like, I've seen it before where it's just calm. Nothing happening, you know. A lot of money shifting around. A lot of people thinking they know where the market's going. I have no clue. Don't care. I just manage it. You know, people start throwing money in here. You know, we're like, okay, what's this LDP? Why is it, you know, moving up? We know it's a CEF. Why is it moving up? Don't know. Don't care. I'm getting paid 14 cents per share per year or per month. You add that up, it's coming up to $1.72 or 1716 per share per year. So you only got 7, right? But if you had the max share, which is probably 70 or so, excuse me, these cough candies, you'll see it grow. All the people on Wall Street want to tell you, or all the so-called pro traders, if you're not making $1,500 a day, then you ain't no trader. I laugh. I'm like, if you're making that kind of money, you have to think about what you're actually showing people. Is it real? Might be. I question everything. Question me. That's what I want people to do. Question me. I want you to, you know, put it on paper. The only problem with paper is, and it's interesting, is you won't see the dividend payments to your account because it's a paper account. They don't bother to credit your, so you'd have to do that manually. But if you have a live account, you know, it doesn't matter who it's with. I don't push any particular broker. If you've never done this before, find one that has 0 cost. There's 0 commissions. All these transactions that I do, I pay $1 per side. That means when I buy something, I pay $1. When I sell something, I pay $1. I don't have to do that. I have other accounts, E-Trade, TD Ameritrade, all these different accounts do not charge me. That CLM still paying a good percentage, 14%. Ask yourself, where can you get 14% on your money? People pile into this right now. If they knew they could make 14% on their money in 1 year, right? You'd see people, hey, I need to buy it. And if there's enough shares available, yeah, they could probably do it. But at 14%, you're taking a real risk thinking, is it going up? I mean, I'm willing to take a little bit, right? Because I like to protect my capital. I like to spread it out. But still, 14% on your money. There's another one, 10%, 7%, 1.2%. Look at the price. Okay? When price goes up, yield goes down. When the yield is down, or I'm sorry, when the price is down, the yield goes up. Simple. So let's take a look at that one there. So you paid 16 cents. We got 156 shares multiplied by 0.1602. So you're making 25 bucks a month for doing absolutely nothing, just sitting on it. Multiply that by, I don't know, 100. That's 2,500 if you don't have a calculator per month. Why take the risk when you can consistently pull in cash? That's what they're here for. Of course, dividends are taxed different than short-term gains. So like if we sell it and we buy it today and sell it tomorrow, that's a short-term gain. If you buy something and hold it for a year, it's a long-term gain. They're taxed a little differently. And the tax laws change constantly, so I wouldn't worry about them. Just pay your taxes. Don't be stupid. You're only hurting yourself. You're not going to get away with it. Just think about it this way. You don't pay Social Security on anything you earn in the stock market. A lot of people don't know that. If you're that worried about Social Security, then get a better job. Pay more into it. I don't know. Claim, I don't know. I don't even worry about it anymore. All I'm doing is looking to see what's up and anything that's extremely down. We've got about 8 minutes left. Like I say, this is just a very there's just a big lull going on right now. There's not a heck of a lot going on. I still pulled some money out of the market. I'd like to see a couple more of these close. You know, the ones that are like sitting right on the doorstep. Well, that one's close, but not close enough. A bit. It's still got a ways to go. But what was that other one? EOI. But you get the idea. You want your money working for you versus you working for your money. So if you make $40,000 a year, you need $400,000 in the market earning 10%. I'm showing you how you can make 1% per month. That's 12%. So there's your objective. That's just trading easy. Not taking any big risks. Not having to sit in front of your computer all day long. You don't even have to listen to the news. Sure as hell don't listen to somebody like Jim Cramer. Oh my God. Or what they call him, Jim Blamer. Blames everybody else when something, he gives a recommendation, then blames everybody else for why it didn't work out. Pretty funny. I've heard it 100 times. I actually follow him on Twitter just so I can get a good laugh. I follow a lot of the talking heads, and it's entertainment purposes. And you know, I do, because I have a Twitter account, and I enter, I put the trades on there for folks that are following me on Twitter, so that they can, you know, see if they're still in their trade, or they're getting ready to get out of their trade, or they made a mistake, or they're just new. Most people, though, have it figured out. They stick to the rules. They stick to the rules. They make their money. You don't have to worry about it. But yep, like I said, not a lot going on. Showing positive. Let's see what the overall is showing here. Yeah, I mean, we're up a little bit on the ES NQ. I don't even pay attention to that stupid thing anymore. I mean, it's all over the place. One day it's up extreme, next day it's down extreme. Just a lot of money going in and out, especially in the tech. That's NASDAQ. But what's important is looking at this, your profit. Should be growing, okay? Dividend should be growing. I mean, we've had 3 days of straight nothing. That's just because there's no pay date in the last 2 days, right? So tomorrow, maybe there's something that pays. We'll find out tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, maybe something pays. I don't know. All I do is I look at the statement and I'll report what's on there at the end of the month. We do an overall, we look at a statement from one of the smaller accounts, probably the smallest one that we have, and just show you the gains. And it usually works out to be 1%. Multiply that by 12 months, you'll be able to see it. So last month, you can take the total amount that you have invested, divide it into how much you profited, which is 1637. That's going to give you a percentage. It's real simple. If you have any questions with your own account, or you're trying to figure out how to manage your positions better, I'll tell you right off the bat, if you have less than 100,000 and you have 100 shares in any one position, you're probably over leveraged in any one position. I'm not telling you to sell it. What I'm telling you is going forward, you need to understand what your risk is. Most people don't understand risk. That's why they make mistakes. They see dollar signs and they make investment decisions based on what they think they can make, instead of letting the market make it for you. Let it come to you. As your account grows, you'll make more money. It's simple as that. If you have $30,000 this year, 10%, you'll have $33,000 for next year. That's if you add no money. We don't add any money to these accounts. We're watching these grow each month. You can just follow it, do it with your own account. You'll see it grow. Now, if you're adding money to it, it's a no-brainer that it's going to increase faster, right? Well, we're just showing you what you do if you don't add money. Well, you can make 12% per year without adding any money. Gets you to thinking, doesn't it? DX, I haven't looked at this one in a while. Hard to say what that's going to do, but that's looks like a CEF. Pays each month. You got a couple of these that are pretty far down. EMN down $1.42. EOG, that one down a little bit. Another one, EVR. Seems like they're all in the E's, huh? Interesting. GPC, I know which one that is. That's Napa. Yep. Lico. I traded that one a lot in the past. It's a NASDAQ. Funny how NASDAQ's way up and one that's in the NASDAQ's down, huh? So no correlation. Don't be confused by trying to correlate, you know, hey, the NASDAQ's going up, so this is going to go up. It means nothing. There's no correlation there. Maybe that sells out tomorrow. Who knows? It doesn't really matter. All you have to know is if it sells, you make money. You cannot be afraid to take profit. You have to realize some gains to increase your occurrences. It takes a while to get your head around it, trust me. Most people don't pick it up immediately. It takes you some time. But you got to protect yourself. We're at a time in this market, I mean, it could come down any day. They've been saying this for the last year and a half, but I like to err on the side of I don't want my money going anywhere, you know? So all the accounts that I manage have very similar risk profiles. We're not ready to give that money back, and I don't want to because I'll never sell. I will I will hold on to every one of these positions until they force me out, right? So they're not gonna close down all of these. So even if they took half of them, I still have money on the sidelines, right? This one doesn't have a lot in it. I don't know why. Probably just nothing sold, just the way it went in that particular count. And then this one here, you got 11,000 still available, and then this one over here's got 17,005 to go back in. So we need some downward action so we can buy some more, but it's all dependent on the scans that we do. We don't just sit there and say, well, what do we want to buy today? You know, this looks good, or hey, so-and-so said that this would be a good investment because it's paying 3%. You listen to those people, you're gonna lose. You got to think for yourself. Make decisions based on reason and profitability. But yep, not too bad. We'd like to see PHT. We got 239 shares of that, and it's well below our $1.20 that we try to get. It looks like it's coming back. I think this has been in this account for quite some time. If it got back up to $1.20, we'd hold it. And well, this is a CEF, so that's why we haven't sold it. Yeah, it's a CEF. So see, it's paying us monthly, so we're fine. So it's kept on paying us, got over the green. We're still in, so we do have a target price of 10, 11. We could, if we wanted to, just close this out to make profit because it's below our target of $1.20. It's one of those things, that's where you have that leeway. If you need the $83 to pay a bill or something, go ahead and take the profit. Otherwise, let it ride. I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen? You make 9.1% on your $2,200. Don't be in a rush to close these out. Take your time, look at it for what it is. I mean, you can redeploy it. There's many different ways to look at it. Like this one up here too. It's $1.32. Rules say we hold it, right? So I'm not going to sell that until it actually hits that 2085. So let's look at the chart. Okay, so it's got to go up there and hit that. This thing doesn't move a lot. So it may go up and hit it. It might look like this in this range for the next 2 years, right? But regardless, we're still making that $1.32 or that 6.5% on $2,400, right? And we watch the max shares. We're always looking to increase it or decrease it. The only way we can decrease it is if we're above water, which we are right now. So if the max shares change, right? So it's at 161. We can't really sell any, right? Now, if that max shares changes to 100, we could unload 26 shares immediately and reduce our risk. The only way we can increase the shares is if this value drops below, or the stock price drops below our average cost, and then we can pick up more shares. So we could buy 16 more if it drops down below here. But right now, what we're looking at is 16 shares to buy at 1902 because this is part of our rules. This is our structure on how to increase our amount of shares. After this structure is gone, let's say we bought here, we bought down at the bottom, then we're out. Then we wait for it to come back up on the scan. But if you added 32 shares to that, we, 16 and 16, we'd be right on that number. So you'll see how this works. It's just math. It's simple math. EOI, disappointing. Look at that. Just sitting there. Did it tag us? Nope. High at 1739. Anyways, that's pretty much it for today. We'll see you in the morning. 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern. Have a good evening.